the fact that I thought you were going to be a polygamist bring in a lot of friction.
Yeah. It seems crazy. I think I would have, honestly, if I'd have been in your shoes, I think I would have thought the same thing.
I didn't take it personal.
Okay.
I just thought he was stupid, honestly. I couldn't figure out what was going through his head, and it made no sense to me how he could do such a thing.
I don't really want to go there anymore. It's like, I don't want to sit and bear my testimony to you guys or explain to you guys why I believe this way or anything like that, because...
You just want to be their friend.
Yes.
When I found out that you were a polygamist, then it's going to sound kind of weird, but, I just kind of saw it as kind of a built-in way for you to be the center of attention all the time, which is exactly what you'd always been. And maybe I assumed too much, but that's kind of the way I saw it.
Hey fam, hey, welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday, or whenever you're watching this. So earlier this week, I saw an article that caught my attention. It made me go back to the season where Cody and his wives went to visit some friends who, of course, as you just saw in the opening clip, thought that he was stupid for becoming a polygamist, and actually thought that it was just a way for him to be the center of attention. Well, now, one of his former polygamist friends, Mr. Joe Darger, has also said that it was Cody's ego that divided their family, and sees exactly why they are no longer together. All right, y'all, come back and hear what I have to say. Join me after the jingle. All right, thanks for hanging in with me. Make sure that before you go any further that you do me a favor and you hit like, subscribe, and share with your friends, because sharing is caring. All right, let's jump right into this. Let's first give a shout out to Showbiz Cheat Sheet for this article that basically is talking about how Joe Darger, who was featured on Sister Wives and a friend of the Browns, says that it was Cody's ego that divided the family. The Browns' polygamous friend Joe Darger, who was featured on Sister Wives, reveals an interesting perspective on the Brown family. The Dargers think that Cody Brown let, in quotation marks, his family get divided because of his ego. And right here you see Mr. Darger and his wives. Now, I seem to remember in the episode that they were featured that they were a pretty tight-knit family. They had it pretty figured out. Haven't heard anything in the news about them since they were on Family or Sister Wives. So I wonder what's happened with them. I haven't done any research, but I think I will after this. Anyway, so who are the Dargers? If we remember, the husband Joe Darger was married to 3 women. Joe married 2 of his wives, Alina and Vicky, on the same day, and then 10 years later, Vicky's twin sister Valerie married Joe after getting divorced. So when you looked at the picture, if you saw that 2 of the women looked exactly alike, you were not seeing things, your eyes were not playing tricks on you. They are twin sisters. So 2 twin sisters married the same man. I know they talked about this, but I don't quite remember what they had to say, but we're just going to keep moving on. Now, they actually had their own TLC special called My 3 Wives, not to be confused with My 5 Wives, but this is what they had to say.
We're twins. I can see how people can get us confused. If I look at baby pictures of us, I can't tell.
Now, we do our hair a little bit differently. I generally part mine on the side and have a little bangs, and she has hers in the middle. And, we always tell them you have a 50-50 chance if you guess.
The fact that she was a twin was a little different for me.
I can't get it for you because I'm busy, so if you want to say something. I was visiting my sister Vicky, and even though I'd known Joe for many years, I just felt something new about him that I'd never felt before.
It was kind of like a love at first sight, only I'd seen him a million times.
Really what it came down to is Alina and Vicky wanted to open their hearts and their family to Val. I had been married to Alina and Vicky for 10 years when Val joined our family.
I think people are fascinated by the fact that we're twin sisters and we're married to the same man. And I can see why. I understand it. It's just something that feels really right to us.
All right, listen, if y'all like it, I love it. Sister Wives, Season 5, Episode 3, More Sister Wives, is the first time Sister Wives fans were introduced to the Darger family. Now, they claim that they were friends with the Browns for many years at that point. In the episode, the Dargers and the Browns pack up their families and head out on a beach vacation. Now, Joe Darger ran his family like military style, very structured, very precise, on time. And I do remember him saying to Cody at one point that if they were going to go somewhere, that if you tell him to be ready at 9, do not have him waiting. Of course, we know that the track record of the Browns is that they are never on time. They say they're leaving at 8. They usually don't leave until 10, 11, or 12 sometimes. So, yeah, that was not at all what Joe Darger wanted to deal with. I also remember that Christine and Mary, I think both, were very much about liking Joe because he was so precise and he did keep his family in order. And so they kind of were swooning over him for that fact. Now, while the Duggars were on Sister Wives, they said that they'd, of course, again, been friends with them for years. It doesn't mean, though, that they watch the show now. The Dogger family tweeted back on October 23rd, 2022, that they couldn't watch the TLC show anymore because it was too difficult. So, of course, we know that they're talking about watching the family fall apart, watching some of the division in the family, the clickiness in the family, and probably, if they were honest, the favoritism of one wife, and kind of the outcasting of another wife. Can't watch it. Hard to watch people you care about self-destruct, knowing that most of what is reality TV is not real. In October 22 was when Christine Brown's divorce from Cody was broadcast on Sister Wives, season 17. And by the end of the season, Cody revealed that he was also no longer married to Mary Brown and that Janelle Brown had separated from him, leaving him with one wife. Now, this is where Joe Darger says that he thinks Cody let the family become divided. On January 25th, the Darger family answered some Sister Wives fans' questions about polygamy. And one fan asked the Dargers about Cody's Sister Wives catchphrase, "Love should be multiplied, not divided." They asked him in the tweet thread, "Does it seem that it is actually divided if you are a wife and multiplied if you are a husband?" Good question. Very good question. I would say yes, but I'm also not involved in a polygamous relationship. The Darger family account replied to the Sister Wives fan. In quotes, they said, "In Cody's case, it seems that he has let it become divided." They went on to explain what they meant in an additional tweet. Polygamy is a magnifier. If you have love and connection or any weakness, it is multiplied. And if you have ego, resentment, or weakness, it is exposed. Far better to be grateful for what you have than to want more. So, the Dargers, who seem to be the example of a successful polygamous family, tried to kind of unsuccessfully help the Browns be more like them. I don't know if I would say that he wanted them to be more like them, but he did give them some suggestions. And I remember the wives saying that, you should try sharing a kitchen again. And for Janelle and Mary especially, that is an absolute no-go. It was never going to happen again. We even saw that Christine said she would never even live in one big house with separate quarters again. So yeah, this family just wasn't going to help them no matter what. Now, going back to the beginning clip that I played before we started jumping into the content, he has already run into, and by he I mean Cody, he's already run into past friends from high school who, as you said, saw that that what they thought was stupid, and that they were really concerned about his faith and about where he was going to end up having chosen polygamy. Now, they thought way ahead as far as eternity, and we see now that it didn't even have to get to eternity to see that they ended up in a really bad place. All right, y'all, that's all I got. It was very fascinating to hear that another polygamist man had come out and seen a friend and say, "You're the reason that your family is not together." Because it's what we've all seen. It's what we've all said. We all said that the way Cody treated his wives, treated his sons, treated his children in general, how he probably treats people in general, is the reason for the downfall of the family. All right, So as I always say, if there's something you want to do, go ahead and do it because there's enough room for everybody. And with that, I say peace, love, and hair grease. We out.